And Chris Bourdon making his way to the cage here.
Dave, he's got a tough row to hoe. As we talked about earlier, this fight is a rematch. They fought as amateurs. Mike Hernandez beat him up in about 1 minute and 15 seconds, forced the referee to do his job, get in there and put an end to the fight. And that was a very untrained Mike Hernandez, just a lot of energy and a lot of aggression and spirit, heart, determination. The man is now a solid mixed martial artist. So unless Bourdon has had some sort of out-of-body experience, I don't think this rematch is going to be what he anticipated.
Saw these guys at Castle Farms in 1991.
And now, introducing you his competitor, Mike Hurricane Hernandez.
You know, and if you haven't been able to gather already, I'm just a big fan of Mike Hernandez. The guy is just, for as much as he is a whirling dervish in the cage, he's a consummate martial artist before he ever took martial arts instruction. Very respectful, very humble, very open. Just a nice guy. You know, he's a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, Steve.
He loves to bang.
I'll tell you what, Steve. You're not alone here. He has got a lot of fans. Dom O'Grady coming out with him. He's got representatives from the Hate Squad right here. And Bad News Ben Lagman, professional mixed martial artist right there, making an appearance.
Mike used to train with Ben. Ben is a Strikeforce veteran now, moved out to California. Unfortunately, Michigan athletes sometimes still have to do Michigan pro MMA, just not quite big enough to support some of the ambitions. Ben moved out to California to pursue his career, now fighting for Strikeforce. And Mike finding Dom O'Grady out at the Hate Squad and just training with him over there in Clinton Township. And how do you compare? You know, okay, Bad News Ben Lagman moves. You got to find a new home. You get Dom O'Grady. Jesus, man, that's like hitting the lottery twice in the same day.
It really is, and this kid is fortunate. And look at these trunks. Are these the Apollo Creed style?
Those are the Apollo Creeds.
You've got to love that when a kid's got to add to it. And anybody that's around Dom O'Grady is going to be entertaining.
Well, he's going to be entertaining. The thing about Dom is intelligent in stealth mode, right? When you listen to him talk, when you listen to him game plan, the guy is playing chess at a master level.
Yes.
But there's so much of a character that sometimes gets lost in that, and I think that's all by design. I've known Dom since about the second month after he started taking formal martial arts instruction, and he is a wily guy. He's doing big things here for Michigan MMA, that's for sure. And you can see him in the Bellator cage racking up victories.
Absolutely, and another ambassador, of which there are many here tonight. I'm excited for this fight.
And now, time for your TXC formal introductions. First, introduce you to the fighter standing to my left, fighting out of the red corner. Weighing in at 136 pounds, standing 5'11", putting his 1-2 professional record on the line tonight. He's trained at Hometown MMA and Spiritual Fitness, fighting out of Ravenna, Michigan, Chris the Machine Bourdon. And now, introduce you to the fighter standing to my right, fighting out of the blue corner. Weighing in at 135 pounds, standing 5'5", putting his 2-1 record on the line tonight. He's trained at the Hate Squad, fighting out of Clinton Township, Michigan, Michael the Hurricane Hernandez.
And they're getting underway. Referee Mark Fennell waiting for the door to be latched, and this fight will be underway.
I'll tell you what, Mikey Hernandez in a pair of Muay Thai shorts looks even shorter than he normally is.
And solid. Jeez, look at that kid.
He's a beast. I'll tell you what, one of his last amateur fights was against Brendan Sturgis, and he was throwing an outside leg kick that absolutely turned the leg of Brendan Sturgis into jello.
Ooh,
now
look
taking
at
it to the inside, absolutely.
Ouch.
Doing a good job of standing on the outside of the range there.
And Bourdon, being the taller fighter, is really going to be susceptible to those.
Mikey just looks to walk through your shots and drop big shots of his own.
Got a hold of that big long leg and just worked his way into this clinch. This fight is not.
Now on the side of the cage, just looking to beat Bourdon up.
Oh, nice solid shot, but Hernandez just throwing punches and bunches.
You know, he is, but a lot of those are going off the arms and gloves. But every time Bourdon tries to open up and let one go,
let's go, Taylor. Let him know you're here.
Left side of his face, already a mess.
And Hurricane is an apt nickname. Wow, they both trading back and forth here. And it almost looks like Hernandez catching more shots.
Mikey's got one hell of a chin. Got to be careful. He got himself caught in a guillotine. Needs to immediately get that right arm over into crossface, get his hips high in the air, and start working for some space. He's in his own corner, so out comes the head. Not panicking. Got to watch that very active and open guard. Going to get himself
he's looking
swept.
For an arm. He's trying to isolate the wrist here.
Dave, Mikey Hernandez doing a good job of not getting in trouble.
Oh,
that's it.
Any minute now, he is pretty much given up. I mean, that's turtle position.
That's it.
Amazing.
And again, Mark Fennell right on top of the action, able to get in there and put an end to this. Chris Bourdon just taking a beating. Mike Hernandez about 100% with his accuracy, and all of them with power. All of them with power. Absolutely incredibly impressive victory for him. Chris Bourdon just got rocked. Just got rocked. Bad news, Ben Lagman. Dom, I hate you so much. O'Grady in there congratulating him. Still got a little work to do tightening up that ground game. But I'll tell you what, it's like the Gracie said. Hit a black belt, he turns into a brown belt, and right on down the line. Mike Hernandez absolutely rocking this crowd here. The Hate Squad Black. What a great name for a fight team, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official end of this bout comes at 1 minute and 34 seconds in the very first round. Your winner, Michael Hurricane Hernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, doing our post-fight interview, David the Butcher Clifford.
All right, Dave the Butcher Clifford here with your winner, Mike Hurricane Hernandez, representing the Hate Squad. And that was relentless. That is the most apt nickname that I just about ever heard in all my years cage side here. And I got to tell you, look at this corner right here. I mean, it's amazing. The two guys that you have in your corner and the team that you represent. Why don't you tell us what it feels like to come in there and get your third victory, my man?
I mean, I lost my last fight, and I was very upset about it. It made me lose confidence in myself. But my teammates, my fans, they all wanted to see me do this again. They wanted me back in this cage. If it wasn't for all those people believing in me, I would have quit a long time ago. The anxiety, the money, I mean, the people are the ones that do this for me. All my friends, all my family, all my teammates, you guys are the reason why I got back in here today, and that's why I'm raising my hand once again.
And that was amazing. One more time for your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Michael the Hurricane Hernandez. Now back to Phil, the voice Davey.
Thank you, David.